We are live. Welcome to the Better Marriage Daily podcast, test number 2. Loving each other in spite of each other. Just little tips to help y'all get that today. I'm Sean Ardwin.
And I'm Vanessa Ardwin.
And this is another part of our homework. We're taking this podcast course. And so one of the challenges, one of the homeworks from last night was to go live on your page. So here we are. So we're not going to keep you long. We're going to make this quick. But again, we appreciated all of the comments y'all had for the last one. Keep them coming. Mm-hmm. Let us know, and as soon as we get everything set up, we'll post a link for the actual podcast, the official podcast, and just know that you had a hand in helping us to get there. And we'll always take feedback. We love feedback. We want to get better. So today's tip, right? It's going to be consideration. Now, why consideration? Because I looked at my baby today. I said, look, we got to do this homework. And she was like, okay. Do how you sit. Sit how you sit, babe. I said, you don't look like you're ready to do the homework. I said, you look like you got a headache. What you said?
I said, my stomach has a headache today.
The stomach has a headache today. Oh, my God. Oh, what's up, Tommy? So the consideration became the thing that I want to talk about today because as we told y'all before, we finally got a contract. We're on number 9. Number 9 from Hurricane Laura, and such a year and a half ago. So they're here. They've blown up our lives. The kitchen is blown up so that we don't have a kitchen, and by the end of this week, we won't even have a sink because we're getting ready for the countertops to come in. And so as you can about imagine, if you've ever been through this, you know it's kind of tight in the house.
It is literally tight.
See,
walls are closing in.
Right, and it's bad because Vanessa can't stand this wallpaper.
I cannot.
And the wall.
I cannot with this wallpaper.
And we got it on the thing, but only because
it's
not going to be in the house anymore.
Yeah.
So consideration. So this is a small thing. Loving each other in spite of each other. The reason we want to do this podcast is because we feel like marriages need help.
They do.
We come across people all day long. They come to us and go, "Oh my God, you're my marriage goals." And I'm like, "Ooh,
like really?
You want to live it higher than that, bro? Yeah, should live it higher than that." But in all reality, we understand what they're saying because when the pandemic hit, we were already there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We were already. She's retired.
Yes.
I'm a musician, so all the gigs got canceled. So we were
already home together.
We were already like this.
That's been our life for years, really.
And so when the pandemic hit, we just went into kicked it in the high gear.
Yeah,
it was no big deal
to us.
Yeah, it was no big deal. And so, but that's when everybody else had their issues. And we were fine, but this right here is like our first pandemic.
Yeah,
I did marry light years over my head, bro. Thank you, Jim. I did. And so just with her and and she said she had a stomach. Her stomach had a headache, which is funny because that's the thing. She wasn't funny like this when I married.
I wasn't. No.
When we met, I said, "What you do?"
He's rubbed off on me.
Yeah, so much so that now, like, I'm chill and I don't really go for the easy licks, and she'll just take them. I was like, bruh, she's like, you taught me well.
You taught me well, baby.
As we laugh about it.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so one thing that I want, the consideration, right? So, in these tight quarters, consideration needs to be ultimate. So, I one day I walked up to her. And I just hugged her. I touched her gently on the shoulder. Gently. I gently touched her on the shoulder and said, "Baby, you're doing a great job." She said, "What you mean?" I said, I know you like everything to be in order. And I know right now you are having the heebie-jeebies because you want to go clean stuff, but if you go clean it, it'll be dirty 5 minutes later, so you don't do that." I said, "So look, you're doing a great job keeping yourself together in the midst of all this upheaval. You know, so that's just one little thing to show her that I saw her, I know her, I understand her, and that I just wanted to make sure that she knew that I saw that she was being okay. You know, that she was working on it and trying to maintain her cool,
navigate through all of that.
When she really just wants to,
the way we're living is not. It's not me at all.
Right.
It's not so.
Yeah. And so we don't want to keep y'all here too long. We just want to give you one thing, consideration. So whenever I said we got to do this homework, I looked at it, said her stomach had a headache. That was funny. And so I was like, okay, so consideration. I'm being considerate, so we're going to make this one short and sweet. So consideration. We talked about this, and one of the most just off the radar things that could become one of the biggest things whenever you're in an irritating season is temperature of the house.
The temperature of the house.
So what's funny is I'm hot natured usually, and she's usually cold natured.
Cold natured.
So like it'll go something like, you know, I'm considerate, and so like in the middle of the day I don't really fool with the AC too much. But whenever it gets to the nighttime, if that thing is still hot, I'm getting irritated. Yes. So during the day I don't fool with the AC, and at night she bumps it down a little bit. But let me tell you about little trifling. Let me tell you about little trifling here. You know what I'm saying? Whenever she goes to bed, you know, I make sure it's cold in the house. Now I'm still up. I stay up until the wee hours in the morning, and I make it freezing in here. But when I need some AC, this one rolls by and says, "I got you, baby." I say, "How much you turn down?" 1 degree.
That should be enough.
How you gonna take 1 degree? I drop it down to sub-zero Arctic conditions in here when she going to bed. But 1 degree is good enough for me? Look, y'all, the consideration has to be there. And so, you know, and so we work on that. And so, you know, so whenever she walks away and I go and I drop that sucker down 3-4 degrees, she understood that 1 degree was not enough.
Yes.
And she's considerate, knowing that, you know, we got to fix it.
I just put a jacket on.
Just put a jacket on, layer up, you know.
Wrap a throw around myself.
Yeah, because I was like, you don't want all of this running around here trying to get cool. You don't want that. So anyway, this is test number 2 of the podcast. Daily. What did I say? What did I say it was? Better Marriage Daily.
Better Marriage Daily.
Loving each other in spite of each other. So, if y'all like to tell me what y'all think about the topic, about the title of the podcast, would that make y'all want to watch it? Because loving each other in spite of each other is the title of our book that's coming out. But I would like it to be the title of the podcast, but I think that's just too long. What y'all think? Better Marriage Daily is short. That's why God made blankets. That's right, Jim. Problem solved.
All right, Jim.
That's it. Problem solved. Wear that doggone blanket. And so tell us what y'all think about it. Also, for those of you who hadn't seen the other one, the other test run we did, if y'all know topics that you might want to see covered in a little marriage podcast, Better Marriage Podcast, and put it down in the comments. Other than that, y'all, this has been the test run of Better Marriage Daily with Sean
and Vanessa.
And we want to show y'all and help y'all how to love each other in spite of each other and have a better marriage daily. Till next time, we'll holler.
Good evening.